The Earth people who can think are so frightened by those who cannot. The dead. The dead.
Listen, if you talk to Charles, he probably told you that I was assigned to the case of the missing boy.
Hey guys, welcome back to another exciting episode of Viral Venom. Before we get started, let's bring out our super amazing permanent new co-host, Christopher Lee Jansen.
Hello.
Oh my God, there he is. How are you doing today?
Good.
We have an exciting episode for everybody. We're here joined tonight by the talented Ernie Rivera from CITADEL Lost. But before we bring him out, we got to talk about a couple of things. We have Killer Pizza Campaign. It is live and in demand on Indiegogo. We just added all new perks, including the Chase perk. The Chase perk works like this. There's all of our producer credits have been removed from the Indiegogo campaign. If you already have a credit, nothing has changed for you. If you don't have one, here's how it works. Right now, there's one credit available. It's $150, pretty cheap. But when you buy this, what we're going to do is re-upload the credit, and it's going to be $25 more expensive for the next person. So they're going to have to pay $175 for the same credit. And after they do that, the next person's going to have to pay $200. And then the person after that's going to have to pay $225 and then $250 and so on and so forth. So if you're interested in getting the credit, there's only one available at $150. Go to Indiegogo today, find our Killer Pizza Campaign and sign up for that credit. And that way you don't miss out. Also, totally forgot to mention our super amazing sponsors for today's episode. One of my favorite production companies, Stag Mountain Films. And Cheeto Ray's Wicked Worldwide, where I go for all of my horror convention needs. Are you interested in going to some horror conventions and doing some cool stuff? Make sure you get a hold of Cheeto Ray today on Facebook and send him a message. Let him know that you want to work with them, and that's all you can do. That's your best bet. All right, great. Let's bring out Ernie Rivera. Actually, is there anything you wanted to mention before we have him come out?
I think I'm good. I'm just excited for Ernie to come out.
Okay, let's get him out here.
Going on.
All right, without further ado, the director of the year, the man of the decade, the coolest guy I've ever met in my whole life. Here he is, Ernie Rivera. Oh my God, how cool is this?
What's up, guys? Anthony, Christopher, thank you so much for having me. It's a pleasure. I'm super excited to be with you here today. Let's get into it, guys. Come on.
All right. Thanks so much for hanging out with us tonight. Before we get started, we have to mention that we not so recently announced that Nancy Ann Ritter from Scream had joined the cast of our upcoming project, Killer Pizza. In honor of Nancy Ann, every time we have a new guest on the show, Christopher has to ask a very important question.
Ernie, what's your favorite scary movie?
Oh my God. Okay, so I love a good werewolf movie. I just do, right? So I love American Werewolf in London, and I love Ginger Snaps. Like, I think they're both super cool for different reasons. And like, honorable mention, let's put Gremlins on there because I just love it. Like, it's ridiculous, but I love that there was this monologue with Phoebe Cates that kind of like stuck in the movie from back in the day, and it had no business being in that movie. It was like this silly, campy movie, and she starts telling this story about how she discovered her father on fire in the chimney dressed as Santa one year. And I'm like, oh my God, this is too much, man.
Kind of random, right?
Yeah. Those are definitely my picks for you guys.
Very good. It's a good one. Have any of the viewers seen this movie? If so, let us know in the comments. Ernie Rivera is working on Citadel Lost. What can you tell us about Citadel Lost?
Oh, sorry there. I got a little frozen. Okay, so Citadel Lost, wild story. I actually, one day I'm like thinking of, what to write. And I remember this old story I heard about this athlete that like trapped his family like inside the house with him. And I thought that was like so terrifying. And I love to do stuff with genre, right? So it's kind of like this story of this American super soldier, but instead of being like Captain America, this dude's got like PTSD and brain damage, and he thinks the enemies are coming for him. So in order to keep his family safe, he's like, you know what? I'm gonna put him in my secret lair under the house. That's a rational thought.
Nice.
Wow.
So where are you with the production of this movie? Are you still in pre-production? Have you started filming or...
Well, it's interesting that you say that, right? So like the feature-length script I have currently in competition, and I've been lucky enough, fortunate enough to win a couple of like Oscar qualifiers. I got a couple of grand prizes, and I think long-term I'm looking to get repped and eventually sell the feature. But more recently, we shot a 10-minute proof of concept. We're doing some reshoots. We're going to do some reshoots in early October, but by late October, the Halloween season, it should be good to go, and it'll be distributed out there on the interwebs.
Very good. So you are the writer. Are you also the director?
I think like some people are maybe built more to direct than others, right? And that's not my wheelhouse. I love writing. I love acting. Actually, I went to school for that before I got into writing. But I'm right now I'm bringing on a couple people to help me shoot it, and I'm hoping this can develop into a real slate. I actually am almost done with my second feature script, which is called Gray Man, a Contactee's Tale, and it's kind of like this found footage alien movie, but it's also about like this deep desire to be like seen, right? And so I'm trying to build a slate right now, and we'll see what sticks.
Awesome. So are you acting in it?
I'm acting in the Citadel Lost proof of concept.
Okay.
We'll see. We'll see if I stick around after it sells. Knock on wood. I would love to come back as the role of the father, Super Soldier Jacob Marcos.
So we have a couple comments here. We got Mahoney Massacre. Rob Mahoney here says, "Hey guys, let's see. I'm not prepared today. Let's go. Here you are.
What's up?
Hello, Rob Mahoney from Mahoney Massacre. Amanda Carter is here. She says, "Hello, everyone. Apologies, I'm late. No code Charlie. No snakes in the coop. Was held up by a possum eating the cat food, though. We're glad there are no snakes in the coop tonight."
What's up?
Hello, Amanda Carter. So great. You mentioned that you had been acting before you started writing. How old were you when you started acting?
I think I've always kind of wanted to make films, right? And I've always wanted to tell stories. And like my mom was not down for it. So it kind of started more when I was like 18. But when I was 18, I kind of like hit the ground running. I did a bunch of little guest spots here and there on Nickelodeon music videos. I actually got to work with a few interesting people, like Clint Eastwood back in the day. I worked with a couple of pretty well-known directors, and I was very lucky to have that experience because I feel like this business, you do cycles. You kind of go, there are ups and downs, definitely.
Yeah, sure. So, Citadel Lost. What genre is that?
I would say it's like an action drama. It's got horror elements. It's definitely got some like body horror. It's got some surreal dream sequences.
Awesome.
I love to throw stuff at the wall,
Cool. Is that your favorite genre to write?
I'm figuring it out. I think the Gray Men is more or less kind of like found footage sci-fi. Citadel Lost is definitely more action packed. I think I've been leaning a lot into like government conspiracy type of things in one form or another.
Okay.
And I don't know. I just love unwinding that ball of yarn.
How does the movie end?
Oh my god. Okay.
No, you don't want to tell us.
No,
just
no.
joking around.
I won't tell you, but I'll tell you this, right?
Okay.
There's a part towards the end where this character Celeste, who is married to the protagonist, she headbutts a general, and she just like smiles at him, blood dripping down her forehead.
Okay. Right.
I love how the dog just protested this question. Like, no, you can't ask that. That was great.
Oh, wait a minute. All right. So Citadel Lost. Is there... I'm trying to think of questions to ask without spoiling anything. Could we expect a potential sequel? The Citadel Lost Part 2? Or we just have to wait and find out?
I relied a lot on music to kind of like feed me when I was writing certain parts, right? And as weird as it sounds for like an action-packed superhero, this and that, like I almost imagined parts of it like a jukebox musical. And while I couldn't see like a straight sequel in the future, I could definitely see maybe putting on like a production of like because it's super awesome that it's kind of self-contained, so it lends itself to the stage, and with like tweaks here and there, we might be able to make something both gory and musical. So
nice. What movies do you think inspired Citadel Lost?
Oh, geez. Well, I mean, like I told you the story about the athlete, but if I were to think about movies that inspired Citadel Lost, I would say pass. No,
pass. Okay.
I gotta be dead serious. I'm a little stumped. I think there are parts of Joss Whedon, the way he does like these like cast these great ensemble with like quippy dialogue. I think parts of that lend itself to it. It's different, but I could could see how maybe that played a part in my head.
All right, jumping around a little bit, I want to kind of help some of the viewers that might see this, and we'll just see where this goes. But let's say some of the actors watching want to get involved with your projects. Are there any opportunities out there for them to kind of reach out and apply for roles?
100%. Okay, so the thing is, even though I'm writing a lot of these with the idea of eventually selling them, I love the idea of shooting my own proof of concepts for like each one, right? Okay. I think it's great ammunition, and I think it gives you a couple opportunities. It creates something visual, something you can package, and it creates a lot of opportunities for working entertainment professionals out there. So if you want to join me in any of my projects, probably every 6 months or so, we're going to be doing like a proof of concept for a little while. And I would ask you to check out CITADELLostfilm.com. I have all the links attached there one way or another. If you have IMDb Pro, I have my email attached to that. I probably shouldn't have said that, but if you have IMDb Pro, definitely hit me up. I look forward to finding lots of great people to collaborate with.
That was CITADELLostfilm.com?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put it at the bottom there for a second here. Visit CITADELLostfilm.com for more information if you're wanting to check out the movie and maybe get involved. Very cool. What about writers? Well, let's stick with the actors for a second. What kinds of actors, what kinds of people do you like to work with? Do you have a preference as far as skill or certain things that you look for?
I mean, that's an interesting question. I love people who have done stage before, because I feel like that kind of opens you up to being present in the moment, to being creative in the moment. But apart from that, I guess it would just depend on the project, because like I said, some projects are more action packed, so definitely a background in stage combat, martial arts, that would help. Apart from that, I just kind of write people I'm in love with. I don't know if that sounds weird, but like I like to write people I'm in love with, and then I just see what sticks. I cast a wide net, and I see if anyone fits.
You know what I think? Working with stage actors is great because they're used to getting things right in one shot, right? When they're live on stage, they only have one take.
Oh, no kidding. That like I don't know if you've seen Birdman. Alejandro, I forget his last name.
Michael Keaton?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Alejandro, I forget his last name, was the director on that, but Michael Keaton was in it. It was done in 3 long shots, and that's like the entire 2-hour movie. It was done in like 3 shots.
Wow. Okay. Let's see. Just pulling up the name of the director there, Alejandro Gonzalez Inarritu, I think it's pronounced.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
What's great about him is that, aside from the fact that I think he's kind of a genius, is that he also works with Guillermo del Toro. They have a production company together. And there's another man I love. I love him from Blade 2. I love him from Pan's Labyrinth, definitely. The Hellboy series. Pan's Labyrinth was just like kind of genius. Have you guys had the opportunity to watch that yet?
Pan's Labyrinth, I honestly haven't. It's one that I have to go back and watch.
For sure. And I don't blame you, because the whole thing's in like Spanish in subtitles, but it's like the way he mixes like these cryptids, these dark fairy tales with horror and like heart.
It's very different.
Awesome.
Very different. I don't think there's anything that it can be compared to.
Oh no. Yeah. And you kind of hear echoes of it, like when you see Hellboy 2, for example. He tells this fairy tale of like the magical world goes to the forest and the human world goes to the cities. And they kind of like went dormant until the magical world's like, no, I think I had enough of that deal.
So you mentioned writing characters that you're in love with, right? Uh,
Yeah.
Um, and not to make it weird, but do you write a lot of these roles for people that you have in mind, hoping to get them to fill the part?
I haven't I haven't yet. It's not quite like that. I think it's like when I write characters, I think people try to write someone who's like cool, who's awesome, who's this, who's that. I love to put like ridiculously stupid things into their personality. Like there's this one guy who's basically like the ultimate warrior or whatever in Citadel Lost, and he's got a thing for Celine Dion songs, and it's like just like ridiculously humanizing things like that. There's a character in Gray Men, and it's like every time she's about to do something, like she goes back and like combs her hair again, and I know it's like a little thing, but it's just like it helps me like visualize who I'm writing into the world.
So when you say he's like the ultimate warrior, what do you mean by that? Like WWF Ultimate Warrior, or what do you mean?
No, okay, so like so in Citadel Lost, let's get into it a little bit if we can.
Yeah.
It's kind of like this world, I call it like a superhero flick, but it's not really. It's more about enhanced soldiers. It's about like spooks and psyop and CIA stuff. Mm-hmm. And we have this dude who was like enhanced because I think the line I wrote was like 1 in 100 million. Like he was the only one who's like blood would accept their enhancements.
Okay, so he's kind of like a Neo kind of thing.
Kind of like that, right?
Okay.
Before he was upgraded, right? Like basically he was like put to shame by like these two dudes who were in his cohort, and one of them just happens to be like basically the toughest man you will ever meet. Like this just this side of enhanced, but the other guy, roll of the dice, he ended up getting the powers.
Okay, gotcha. So not what I was thinking. I was thinking Ultimate Warrior. He's roided out there with the face paint and everything. But you were thinking more of like a Universal Soldier kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So
but, I mean, you could argue that like Captain America is just like some roided out dog.
Right, gotcha. It's kind of like a Captain America, right? Because he's kind of meant to be like the perfect soldier kind of thing. Yeah. That's pretty cool. So you're writing roles with sort of maybe not necessarily real people in mind, but certain types of characters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were gonna. Never mind. Sorry.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
So it's just these ridiculous little things that like for Gray Men, for instance, there's this guy who's Gray Men. Is it's about aliens, but it's also about the people who hoax alien encounters. Okay. And this one guy, and again, like it's more but less a story about like media, but this dude who every time he goes to make a YouTube video or whatever, he like puts on like a Southwestern shirt and like a Tejana style cowboy hat, like that's his armor, and it's just like these ridiculous things that like crack me up. I don't know.
Awesome. So we are about halfway through. We're about halfway through here. We got to pick it up a little bit, have some fun. So, Ernie, I have to ask you something. Have you found any apps recently on your phone that have had the wow factor? Anything that you've found lately that you're like, wow, this is an awesome app?
Yeah. Okay. So like I haven't been using it on my phone, but I know you use it on your phone. There's this I think it's called Screener, right? And what I love about Screener is that it's like, first of all, I love all these different like AI apps that do different things. Okay. But Screener is like powered by AI. You feed it your script, right? You cast their AI actors, then it'll like create like a table read for you. that you can capture as an MP3.
That's pretty cool.
Oh, for sure. And then like I'm finding it like super useful to like send the reps right now with the script. I'm like, just so you have it, here's an audio version for you to check out. So it's like little things like that. I'm really loving the way it's kind of changing the game.
I'm gonna have to check that out because it sounds pretty cool. But I have to mention this other cool app. Here's a segue into another one of our sponsors for this show. It's Terror Cards, now available on the App Store and on Google Play. Terror Cards, free virtual horror film cards. Visit terrorcards.com for more information. There are over 6 million digital cards collected between 2017 to 2024. If you haven't tried it out, you definitely should because it's super awesome. Thank you to Terror Cards for sponsoring this episode featuring the incredibly talented Ernie Rivera from Citadel Lost. All right, so we're about halfway through. Is there anything that you wanted to mention about the film or other projects that you didn't get a chance to mention? Are you working on anything else right now, or is it just Citadel Lost?
Oh, for sure. So basically, Citadel Lost is the only one in competition right now. But like I said, I'm polishing up Gray Men. It'll be ready to go this month for competition. I'm going to see where I can get it in on Film Freeway. But right now, we're waiting for news from, let me see here. Let me pull this up. Yeah, we got Urban World coming up. We got New Hampshire. We got Austin coming up, and a bunch of really cool places that I'm very excited for the news when it breaks. Apart from that, I want to run something by you guys if I can. Can I do that?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think I told you I kind of run in this this lane of like government conspiracy. I got this idea, right? And it's part flatliners, part men who stare at goats. Okay. And I call it right now it's going under working title MK Ultra. But the idea is that this government has become aware of certain individuals with psychic powers or enhanced powers, whatever that may be. And they're like, well, certainly we want the edge over our enemies. Well, how do we do that? And they're like, well, this guy had a near-death experience and he came back with powers. And they're like, brilliant. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to look for volunteers. We're going to murder them all, resuscitate them, and hopefully something sticks. Hopefully they get some powers. And the film is kind of about the protagonist, kind of like the things he discovers about his own government when he's on the other side, and the creatures he encounters on the other side.
So it's also part like They Live, it sounds like, where he's almost going to, he's starting to see behind the thing, right?
Oh
yeah, it's pretty cool.
I love that movie so much, by the way.
Yeah, it's a great movie. Have you seen a movie called They Clone Tyrone?
No! What is it?
You got to check it out. I think it's on Netflix. It came out about a year or two ago, and it's sort of like a modern take on They Live, where they're going behind. They find like these abandoned buildings, like in the suburb, or not the suburbs, in the ghetto, pretty much, right? And they're finding like if you walk into these creepy like trap houses, there's like a door, and you take the door, and it's an elevator, and it takes you to some tunnel where they have like aliens and stuff. Yeah, you got to check it out, man. It's pretty cool.
I think we'll be streaming that tonight, actually.
It's a little bit edgier. It's a little bit edgier than They Live. There's some adult kind of scenarios, but definitely check it out. It's fun. It's probably like 2 hours long, and you can't go wrong.
Will do.
Yeah. They Clone Tyrone. Yeah. Guys, if you're watching, have you seen They Clone Tyrone? Let me know in the comments. What did you think about it? All right, so we're just over halfway. I was confused before. So the Gray Men, I thought was part of Citadel Lost, but it's not. It's its own separate thing.
Oh my goodness! Yeah. Okay. So,
and then actually, should we talk about this one that you're talking about? So, all right, I'm jumping all over the place because we have so many different cool things going on here now. But all right, so let me stick to, before we go on to the Gray Men again, this
Okay.
one about the MK Ultra movie. Is that something where, so I was kind of confused about the question. You said you wanted to run it by us, but it was just, you were just kind of telling us about it a little bit, right?
Oh, I mean, like I just kind of want to like run through the, like the synopsis with you guys. But
it sounds fun. I like all that stuff, like conspiracy stuff, MK Ultra, and Project this and Project that.
You had me at psychic. I mean, that's much of the work I do. So every time that comes up, I'm invested.
Right on. Do you guys, you guys had asked me before my favorite horror movie, but I haven't heard your guys's. Could I hear that?
Yeah. Go ahead, Christopher.
Mine is Poltergeist. My license plate even says Tangina.
Nice.
Because that's who I am. It's I'm a little taller, but
for me it would be the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre, right on.
I don't think I've ever even heard you answer that question.
Yeah, I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre for me.
Excellent.
That is awesome.
Yeah. So we are talking about, so I'm excited to see that one now. So now I guess I'm going to have to pay attention, and as this thing develops, I'm going to have to get the inside scoop on that. We're going to have you back to talk about the MK Ultra movie once you get some more things together for that one. But
I would love to do that. I don't know why I did this, but I'm like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to write 4 features in a year because I'm insane. So I have like these 4 ideas. They'll be in competition soon. We're going to be shooting the proof of concepts for each one soon. So definitely, like you mentioned earlier, if anyone's interested in collaborating, definitely hit me up. Definitely hit up CITADELLostFilm.com, as you can see down there. And Google, it's everyone's best friend.
We get a lot of people that ask about composing, working as a PA, doing effects on the movies, and all that kind of stuff. Is that ever anything that you are looking for? Should those people check out the website as well for opportunities, or how do you kind of go about working with people like crew members?
100%. So I would say at this stage where I'm kind of like, before I was in other people's projects, now I'm kind of starting to make projects of my own. Mm-hmm. And my best friend has been backstage for finding talent, but also you would be surprised at how many crew members you can find on there. But as far as I think I've just been kind of like meeting people as I go, but I'm definitely interested in like composers and like DPs and like this and that, sound people. And I feel that, obviously if it's not this project, it might be the next one. I love to keep in contact with people because you never know, we're all kind of doing the same thing out here.
Right. Okay. So now I have to ask about the Gray Man, because before I thought that was part of Citadel Lost, but it's not. It's its own thing. So Gray Man is going to be another one of the other feature films that you're writing right now, or it's already done, or
it's done. I'm just doing like kind of like a reread and a polish right now. It will definitely be in competition by the end of this month, but I'd love to talk to you about that one. So in this story, I got the idea where it's like, like these apocalypse legends where everyone's like, oh, the world's going to end. So I got the idea that like, the world's going to end, everything's bottlenecking, and humanity needs some sort of like a champion to like step up. We got to like evolve to be like the next, civilization or whatever. And there are these people, let's call them the executives, and they're very invested in our outcome. They're trying to pick their own champions, see if any of them pan out. And in the meantime, it's kind of like all these people who are in UFO support groups, UFO conventions and stuff like that. They're just kind of like feeling it from the periphery that the world's going to end. So I think that one's could be very interesting.
That is pretty cool. So almost, I mean, there's almost like a 2001 Space Odyssey moment where it's like the new evolution of people have to like kind of rise up, right?
Yeah, that's a perfect analogy right there. It's I think that's more or less what I was going for, but it's kind of like again when I make these stories, I think I'm starting to notice a pattern that I kind of like create really crazy spectacle, but I always put it with very mundane people. Like for instance, many years ago when I wrote like a little short script or whatever, I got this idea, and this was like way before What We Do in the Shadows. But I'm like, okay, what if we get like this this like ancient vampire, and he's like super powerful and he's super good looking, and he can attract all the people he wants, but he's still got to like shoplift socks and like do his laundry, and it's like, who else is going to do it?
Right. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, I'd like to see that one too. So now we got it was Gray Men, right? Is what it's called. And then what's this new vampire one going to be?
Oh my goodness! Like again, that was kind of something from like way back in the day that didn't quite pan out, but you might have me circling back on it.
So we have Amanda.
Your IMDb was so interesting to me. Our last few weeks, I like to look over our guests' IMDb, and I feel like two things happen from that. One, I get a general idea of, all right, this might be their thing. This might be their genre. Or even two, I might go as far as saying, I feel like I know this person based on the titles in their IMDb. I looked over yours and I was like, it's so delightfully all over the place based on the titles. I love it. But I was like, wow, he's just been a little bit of everything. It's fantastic. I had a really hard time getting a handle on that based on the titles there. It's fantastic. I just feel like you've been and done so many different things. I think it's so cool.
That's so just thank you for checking it out, and that's really fun to hear that you feel that way. I just kind of like, I don't know, I just kind of like stories of all genre, as long as they're fun, as long as they're kind of like, I don't know, I'll jump in.
Yeah, I can see that. That's very cool.
So now, since Christopher said that, I had to pull up your IMDb page. Now I'm going to go through every credit you have, and we need stories. All right. So we got Citadel Lost. So it says that you were part of a TV series called Perry Mason. It says that you were a U.S. soldier in that one.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so Perry Mason it's interesting. This one was produced by Robert Downey Jr., right? And believe it or not, like, this isn't normally how I find gigs, but like I found it on like a Facebook page where they were looking for people to be soldiers for World War I, right? And the thing is, I think they were having a hard time finding it because they needed people for like a week or two, and it was like hardcore running back and forth, like, with all this gear strapped on. And I'm like, yeah, let's do that thing. So I called him up. We did a fitting. Things worked out, and I was really lucky to work with Matt. I forget his name, but he was on The Americans. But he's a phenomenal actor. But the whole thing that we were like in the trenches like for 2 weeks, it was kind of wild.
Okay, so now I'm going through your whole thing now. So it says you were in Desert Fiends and you were part of Desert Fiends 2. So how did that work? Well, I don't want you to spoil Desert Fiends 2, but so maybe we'll stick with the first one, but somehow you found a way to be different characters in each film. How did that work out?
Right on. So first of all, let me say I think you're working with Nicole Vegas, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be like the main female lead in Killer Pizza, which is in demand on Indiegogo. Guys, get your perks today. Yeah, she's been super awesome. We enjoy working with her. So she was a part of Desert Fiends 2, and it says that you're part of Skate to Hell. So you got to work with her at least a couple times there, from what I'm seeing.
Oh, for sure. So okay, so I think I met Nicole through Sean. Sean is the director of Desert Fiends, Skate to Hell. They're out in Vegas, and I kind of like came across them one day. We get to talking. I sign up for the first one, and before you know it, like I just love working with them so much. They're so fabulous that I circle back to Vegas like once a year just to do something with them. You know, when it works out.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skate to Hell was such a cool shoot, and Desert Fiends. So let me okay. I remember in Desert Fiends, I could say probably now because it's out, but like I played this like really skeevy carny, like selling like obscene t-shirts. And
Okay.
And by Desert Fiends 2, I'm playing a version of someone who was in the first movie. And that's probably all I can say about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I saw the first one, and now I'm gonna have to go back and rewatch it to see if I can find you, because now I'm trying to think back to that character, and now I don't know. I'm gonna have to go watch it again. I think it's on Tubi now. Desert Fiends on. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. Anyone watching that hasn't seen it, check it out on Tubi. It's from Sean C. Phillips and Nicole Vegas. It says you were also in Pay to Die. Was that one Sean's too?
Pay to Die. I got called on for a small part. I ended up getting a little credit on it, but that one was more of an assistant producer type of deal.
Oh, okay.
It was just listed on my IMDb, but like let me see here. Yeah, like I know I've like more recently it looks like I've done like a lot of horror movies, but like Voodoo Macbeth is not a horror movie. That one's kind of like about Orson Welles doing like the first all black production of Macbeth in the United States. So that one's a wild one. That's really cool. I was very fortunate to work with Warner Brothers and some fine people from USC on that one. That was really awesome. Sympathy for Delicious. That was Mark Ruffalo's directorial debut. That was a wild shoot. That was there was like people rushing the stage during a concert, people passing out. Like my job was to like rush the band as people were passing out, and they didn't plan this, but there were like lights at the base of the stage. So as I'm like going up there and I'm running towards the band, like all these lights are shattering all around me, and they're like, "Well, we got to pay for that now."
So were you in let me make sure. So okay, were you in Zoe 101?
I did a few episodes with them. Yeah, I did. Early on, I did a lot of little Nickelodeon bit parts, but like I went to so I was in the pilot episode as like a basketball player. Like if you look back at that, and if you look at some point on their last episode, like I've done a few of their episodes, but like I was in the first episode, and their finale, I was like at their prom, and I was like, it's such a weird feeling, especially since I was like, I don't know how old I was. I don't know if I was like 23 or something like that, but I look young.
Were you also in a show called Jordan? Is that a Nickelodeon deal?
Yeah. So Zoe 101, Just Jordan. I did a little bit of Drake and Josh. Not all of the credits stuck to IMDb, but I got very fortunate to get to do that kind of when I was like starting off in the business, which is really it was just more of a learning experience, kind of like learn how sets work, and it was a lot of fun. Yeah.
So you said you were in Drake and Josh as well?
Oh yeah. Back in
So,
that.
so what's it like? What's it like working on those kinds of projects for Nickelodeon and Disney? What are the differences between the two? Is there anything that people wouldn't expect from that experience?
Well, I can only speak to like my own experience, like hopping around different shows on their network. Like I didn't work Disney. I'm trying to remember. Like, yeah, I don't think I worked the Disney kids shows, but I worked a lot of the Nickelodeon ones, and I can tell you it was ridiculously fun. And like I was in AFTRA, like before they joined like with SAG, so before they kind of like were SAG-AFTRA, and
Right.
TV shows were kind of different back then. You know, like you had like really strict set hours. You know, like everything's like really comfortable, very on schedule, and it's kind of
Right.
like everything's a little different now. But I mean, like that's part of the game.
So it also says you were in, and by the way, you have a couple credits here for a couple different projects that just say goth guy. So it was like they had a
noticed that too. That got
stereotype
my attention.
for you for a little bit where it's just goth guy.
Yeah.
What about
Okay.
yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing, right? I love to go to goth clubs. This is like a thing I enjoy doing. But way before I did any of that, right? Like I was just kind of like looking at or thinking about like different pictures I could take that might get me more work, like, you know, on different sets. And at some point, like I just kind of like made this whole goth persona, and this is like before I actually like enjoyed the music and going to the clubs and all that. But I made this goth persona. I took some pictures, and it ended up getting me like a bunch of work at a bunch of different places. Like I did a few different kids shows, which was surprising as the goth guy. But then I was in like Suicide Dolls with Manny from Scarface, and like I was in a few different things as like the goth guy, which was kind of neat.
See, all this is pretty interesting, and it's not something that I'm sure a lot of people see. The Citadel Law stuff and some of the like Desert Fiends and this stuff that you're doing, but probably don't realize all the cool stuff that you've done over the years. Because you've really been involved with a lot of this like big shows and things. It says you were in the Sum 41 music video for Underclass Hero. That's like one of their biggest videos, right?
Yeah, like when they're like it's a punk rock bonfire, high school-ish bonfire, and I got cast as kind of like this wild man. So you'll see me, like if you look in that video, like maybe 30 seconds in, like I'm shirtless, I got a football helmet on, right? This dude knocks a baseball off my head, and then I'm just like, yeah, let's do this.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. So you've been doing the acting thing for a while. SAG's been joined with AFTRA for some time now, and so I mean, a lot of these things were like early to mid 2000s, 2004 to like all the way up till now, really. What kind of stopped? I'm just looking over some of the credits. When was the last time you worked on like a Nickelodeon type of show or Disney type of show? Is that something you would want to pursue again?
Sure. So I think the last one I worked on, I don't even know if it's on here, but like I did a part with this family of entertainers. Like their last name is Lynch, right? I think one of them was on the Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Like I think it's Rocky Ryder or something like that. Anyway, so I'm working on this thing produced by Nick Cannon called Schoolgirls, and I don't even remember what I did on that set anymore because it was so long ago. But that was probably the most recent. Oh, yes. So so in the movie Schoolgirls, I do recall Justin Bieber was about like 2 years old, and he was performing some song over there, and it was really fun. That was probably the last time I did something like that. But I think like I'm definitely open to doing more work like that. I think the future's kind of leaning away from that, though. I think it's more like streaming this and that. But I would be open to it. Like Richard O'Brien, who did the Rocky Horror Picture Show, right? Not a lot of people think of him as the dad on Phineas and Ferb, or like, you know, writing music for this and for that. And it's really just about keeping an open mind and having fun.
So, so you've actually had like a pretty long career, and you know, I don't, you know, I'm glad that we're getting to talk about a lot of this stuff, because now maybe some people might see this and go like, oh wow, he's actually, you know, he's done a lot of cool stuff. So I want to see you back in the Disney shows. I think that'd be pretty cool. I mean, I think, you know, I think you have like the right look for it. I think you're personable. I don't, you know, I could see you doing a lot of cool stuff like that, like the popular Nickelodeon and Disney shows. And, you know, we got to get you, we got to, Disney, if you're watching this right now, contact Ernie Rivera today. God, I was going to ask you something and it slipped my mind, because I'm going back and forth between comments and stuff here. Let's actually jump over there so we don't miss anything.
Yeah.
Let's see here. The last movie she watched, there's part of their end. Okay, I've not seen it. Okay, Amanda Carter says she has not seen They Cloned Tyrone, but she needs to see it now. She says the last horror movie she watched was Mr. Crockett. She says it was different.
Oh.
Have you guys seen that one? It looks like Ernie has.
I haven't.
Yeah, well, actually, okay, so I think I mentioned Voodoo Macbeth earlier, right? But one of the producers on that movie, I saw through IMDb. I'm always going through people's profiles, but he produced Mr. Crockett, and I didn't know that when I first saw it. But that is a wild movie, man. It's like Pee Wee Herman on all the drugs.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have to watch that one now, because I have not seen it. I'm not familiar. Amanda Carter says, damn, I've listened to Sum 41. Oh, I think she means I haven't listened to Sum 41 in a hot minute. Now you're going to have to go watch the Underclass Hero music video on YouTube and see if you can find Ernie in the football helmet.
Yeah.
All right, so we're about an hour into this thing. Is there anything that you wanted to talk about that we didn't get a chance to talk about?
Okay, so definitely CitadelLostFilm.com. The fine people out there in the internet world, check it out. I'd love to talk with you guys. Set up shop and all that goodness. I got one more story for you if you're up for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it? Sympathy for Delicious, Mark Ruffalo's directorial debut. It had Orlando Bloom, right? And I'm pretty young when I shot it. I mean, like, I'm over 18, but I'm pretty young. And I remember, like, you know, the band's playing or whatever, and I'm doing my thing, and, you know, they're like, you know, time for lunch. And I'm like, okay, so everyone's clearing out. And you're not supposed to do this on, like, you know, union sets, but like, I'm like, hey man, can we take a quick picture? I'd love to take a picture with you. And he's like, oh yeah, mate, let's take a picture. Let's do this. All right. And so no, he really was awesome. But like, I take a picture, and this movie is from 2010. I had not just a 2010 phone, but I had like an outdated, cheap 2010 phone. So when we took the picture, right, all you could see is like modern art. That's what it captured when they took a picture of us. And I was so embarrassed, like I didn't ask him for a second picture. He's like, "Oh yeah, you got it, mate." And I'm like, "Yeah, boss, we good."
So, CitadelLostFilm.com. Visit there today. Let me ask you this, sir. What about social media? Are you on? Is there a place where people can find you on Facebook, Instagram, X?
Yeah. So I'm not as much on X right now, but I'm always on Instagram, and you can find me at either handle I am Ernie Rivera or handle Citadel Lost Film. And you can also find our YouTube, although it's more sparse than the Instagram. You can find our YouTube at at Citadel Lost Film as well. Like basically just Google Citadel Lost Film. You will find it. It will direct you to the promised land.
Awesome. And then if somebody is interested in working with you, if they have a role for a movie and they're like, man, Ernie'd be perfect for this, or looking for somebody to help you write a script or something, is that something that you'd be interested in doing? And if so, what is the formal way for them to contact you?
Brilliant. Right. So right now I'm looking for rep as far as like the writing side of it goes. But like if you guys, if you guys want to collaborate, like like if you need an actor or you maybe are like a DP who wants to be on one of my projects, this and that, definitely just, I think you could try to hit me up on social media. I don't know how far it'll get through, but definitely the best way is my email, which you can find on IMDb Pro under Ernie Rivera.
Awesome. What advice, real quick, we're going to get to the fun part of this now, the extra fun part. But before, I have to ask you another kind of like straightforward kind of thing. Yeah. So what advice do you have for aspiring actors that kind of want to get to where you've been? You've worked on all these cool Nickelodeon shows, Disney, music videos, and all these other big projects with, household names and things. What kind of advice would you give to somebody that's just starting out, or somebody that's maybe part of the indie film community and they want to kind of branch out and reach their goals?
Yeah. I think it boils down to like, I got one piece of advice, but before I mention that, I want to mention this quote by Steve Carell from The Office that said, "It took me 20 years to become an overnight success." Mm-hmm. So I mean, that's like one thing that you just always have in the back of your head. You have to put in the time, you have to put in the hours, you have to put in your 10,000 hours, whatever. But like I think on some level, and here's my advice to you guys. I know I was always like waiting for permission for for like the right director to say yes, for the right teacher to say I did a good job, for the right whatever, and that's all BS. Literally just do the thing. It's no one's job to tell you if you can do it or not. Either you can do it or you can't do it, and you might as well try.
Okay, I think that's good advice.
Love that. Thank you.
All right. So for this final part of the episode, I had a whole list of cool questions to ask you, and I don't have them with me. So what I've tried to do is I've tried to put a list together as the interview's gone on. So while I was over here pretending to talk to commenters, I was actually putting a list together. So here it is. These are the fun. Let me just double check real quick. Okay, Amanda says, does Ernie have a Facebook to follow?
Oh, for sure. Let me pull it up because I forget my own links.
Okay.
I'm glad I'm not the only one. That makes me feel so much better.
Okay, so if you go to facebook.com / Ernie Rivera's with an S page, Ernie Rivera's page. That's it.
And then my biggest followings are Facebook, X, and YouTube. Awesome. Make sure to visit CITADELLostFilm.com. We are here with the super talented Ernie Rivera. Okay, and we're going into the final part of the show where we just ask a bunch of fun, stupid questions, and it's just a good time before we hang up on everybody. So here we go. We'll start off with Christopher Lee Jansen, who probably already knows half the questions I'm going to ask at this point. But I tried to put some new ones in there at the last minute just now, just to kind of keep it fun. So, okay. So Christopher Lee Jansen, what is your favorite Godzilla movie?
Oh my God. Probably like the original Godzilla and Mothra, which is so ironic because I'm terrified of things that fly. But I absolutely love that movie.
All right. And then we got Ernie Rivera. Who is your favorite Marvel character?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so my favorite Marvel character, I think it comes down to like probably Tony Stark, right? Because he's like, this is gonna sound like so ridiculous, but I love the fact that he has like PTSD and he's just trying to like fight it by like building more and more robots. he's like, this will be the robot to fix it. And I'm like, it's these little weird things about them that I love. But I love that his superpower is his intelligence. It's not the suit.
Very good. Christopher, Saved by the Bell or Family Matters?
That's almost not fair. I'm going to say Family Matters.
Ernie, favorite Jackie Chan movie?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm trying to like think back through his movies.
He's got a lot.
His favorite Jackie Chan movie is The Forbidden Kingdom, which is kind of like this. It's a little cheesy, but it's like this love letter to Chinese martial arts, to wushu, and I thought it was like so cool.
Amanda's favorite is Gambit. Very cool. And she says she picked Family Matters. Yeah, he's got so many movies. In all honesty, it's hard for me to kind of keep track of which one's which. A lot of them have sort of like similar plots, and then I'm like, oh, wait, that's the one where he's got to find the girl, but that's like half of them. So I don't. All right, back to Christopher. Rugrats or SpongeBob?
Rugrats.
Ernie, Ninja Turtles or Transformers?
Ninja Turtles all the way.
Christopher, I may have asked you this question or a similar one. Lost Boys or Back to the Future?
Lost Boys.
Ernie mentioned liking werewolf movies, so this one's for him. Teen Wolf or Underworld?
Ooh.
They're so different. Teen Wolf, but they're so different. I love them both.
Christopher, Prince or Michael Jackson?
Prince. Absolutely Prince.
What is your favorite Prince song?
Probably Baby I'm a Star.
Ernie, Eminem or MGK?
I love I love Eminem. I grew up with him, so like I just like I love what he puts out there.
Christopher, The Lion King or Aladdin?
Lion King.
And these last few that I have here for this part were kind of for Ernie, because we were talking about the movies and shows and stuff. So Ernie, these next two will be for you, I think. What is your favorite Nickelodeon show?
Oh, the Adventures of Pete and Pete, or Are You Afraid of the Dark? One or the other. I love them both.
Those were the questions from last time, right? Didn't I ask, Are You Afraid of the Dark or Pete and Pete? All right, so Ernie. Actually, let's go with Christopher. Same question. What is your favorite Nickelodeon show?
I'm going to go back 1,000 years to like that. You can't do that on television.
Yes.
That was like one of the first ones that they did, right? When they kind of started getting all
digging way back.
Let's see. Okay, so Amanda's playing along here in the comments section. She says Rugrats is her favorite show. She picks Transformers over Ninja Turtles, Lost Boys over Back to the Future, anything but Teen Wolf, Eminem Always, and Aladdin. Ernie, what is your favorite Disney movie?
My favorite Disney movie is... I'm trying to think. I'm like, I don't know. No, I'm going to go with... Okay, just for the sake of it, I'm going to go with Tarzan. I actually think it's really cool.
Christopher Lee Jansen, what was the last movie you saw?
The last movie, we were just watching the original Halloween, actually.
Okay.
What's your favorite Halloween movie from the franchise? Is it that first one? I've probably asked you before. I don't remember.
Definitely the original, but okay. I also love part 3. There's so much hate for part 3.
Yeah,
but as a
one of the best ones.
It's so good.
All right. Ernie, if you could have any superpower, what would it be? Would it be the Iron Man suit?
I would definitely go with like any power that would like let me fly. I would love to fly.
We are back to Christopher. Spaghetti or tacos?
Oh, tacos all day, every day.
Ernie, what is the weirdest thing you own?
Oh my goodness. The weirdest thing I own. Okay, I have this lovely it's part piggy bank. Oh, you can't see it. It's part piggy bank, it's part leg, and it reminds me of A Christmas Story. Where it's like a major trophy, but it's a leg.
All right, you win. Amanda says, Real Monsters was Nickelodeon, right? Yeah, I love Real Monsters. Be able to fly so she saves gas. It's good thinking. Yeah. All right, back to you, Christopher. If you could have, I think I asked you this before. If you could have any animal as a pet, what would it be?
I would actually love to have a pot-bellied pig as a pet. I know people that do, and they're intelligent. They can be trained. I think that would just be fun.
I had some neighbors that had pigs as pets that just like lived in their house like a dog.
Yeah.
Okay, back to Ernie. If you could travel back in time, what era would you visit?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so if I could travel back to any time, I would travel back to. I had like a terrible joke in my head. I'm like, I would travel back to the 50s, except for all the racism towards me. I'm like, okay, whatever. No.
Christopher, where is your favorite place to go?
Oh, haunted or otherwise? I'm going to go for otherwise. It probably is haunted anyway. I'm going to say the Grand Hotel on Mackinac Island.
I'm going to have to check that out. I'm going to have to look into this. Have you ever explored, is that one of the places that you explored on your channel?
I haven't been there for my channel. I haven't been there for anything paranormal. I've been there due to my obsession with the movie Somewhere in Time and the actress Jane Seymour. That's why I've been there.
All right. Back to Ernie. Who is your favorite Wizard of Oz character?
You can't help but love Alphaba, and I think that's partially because like I'm like into Wicked as well. So
okay.
I'm like okay, I see what's going on there.
Are you excited for part 2?
I heard they were making a part 2. I haven't checked into it. I haven't really checked into what's going on with part 2 right now. But I mean, like I love the first one. You know, I love the stage adaptation. It's like it's really fun.
Yeah, I think Mandy and I saw it in the theater twice when it came out. They liked it. They kept dragging me back. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. Christopher, Silence of the Lambs or E.T.?
Oh, Silence of the Lambs. I watch it every year when I put up my winter solstice decorations. It's a tradition.
We'll go to Ernie. Jurassic Park or Space Jam?
Oh, I gotta go with Jurassic Park. Like when I saw that as a kid, that movie blew me away the first time I saw the dinosaurs on screen.
Christopher, excuse me, I think I'm losing my voice. Christopher, Ghostbusters or Scooby-Doo?
Oh, Ghostbusters.
I tried to save that one for you. Ghostbusters.
That's hard. That's really hard with Ghostbusters.
All right. We are with Ernie. Let's go with Howard the Duck or the Karate Kid.
I don't. Okay, so I've seen Howard the Duck when I was really young, right? Unfortunately, I don't remember too much about it, right? But the Karate Kid, on the other hand, like I think it came out when I was like a little before I was born, but then they would always show it on repeat on TV when I was like 5. So I'm like, yes, this is the movie.
Karate Kid.
Yeah.
All right. So Christopher, Toy Story or Ice Age?
Toy Story.
Ernie, The Breakfast Club or Ghost?
I'm going with Ghost.
Okay. Christopher, Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure or Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Oh, Roger Rabbit.
Okay. Ernie, John Candy or Chris Farley?
I'm going with John Candy, and I wish I could pick both.
Oh, that's just wrong.
What is your favorite
That
John
hurts.
Candy movie?
John Candy, Spaceballs.
Okay. Okay, Christopher. I think I've asked you this before, but if I haven't, this is for you. Eddie Murphy or Robin Williams?
Robin Williams.
Okay, so this one's for Ernie because we talked about Gray Men, and I saw another alien sort of related movie on his credits there. So the question is, are aliens real?
I would say the truth is definitely out there, man. For sure, for sure.
Okay, and then like the next 5 questions are all aliens. So I'm just gonna give them all to Ernie quick because it's fun because he's doing the Gray Men thing. So Ernie, alien or predator?
Oh, alien or predator? I'm gonna go with alien on that one for sure. Oh, looks like, are you frozen? Or
Uh-oh.
our host?
I think he froze.
All right. I will ask you a question.
All right, go for it.
Travel to the. Oh, there we go. Never
Oh,
mind.
he's back. But now I
Yes.
have to know what your question was going to be. You can't just leave me hanging there.
Can you hear me? Am I back?
You're back.
Yes, you're back.
All right.
But Ernie was going to ask me a question, so now I have to know what it was.
Would you rather travel to any time in the past or to a make-believe future? Any time in the future.
Definitely any time in the past.
Okay.
Definitely. I will create my own future. I don't need
I
to
like
travel
that.
there. I'll create it as I go.
Love that.
Did
Love that.
Ernie say alien or predator?
Alien.
Alien.
Alien. Okay. That's a good one. Evan Gassman's here. He says, hey.
What's up?
Hello, Evan Gassman. All right. So we got about 50 more questions and we'll let you guys go to bed. All right. So, Ernie, Men in Black or They Live? Which we were just talking about, They Live, but.
For sure. I love like Men in Black stories, but if we were talking about the movie Men in Black, I got to go with They Live. I love John Carpenter's They Live. I think it's so cool.
Roddy Piper is awesome in that one.
Oh, for sure, man.
Okay, back to Ernie. Paul or Galaxy Quest?
I haven't seen Paul. I actually haven't, but I love Galaxy Quest. I think so I think in Paul it was like Simon Pegg, right? I think he had his own trilogy of movies. It was Shaun of the Dead, Hot Fuzz, and World's End. Like World's End is another alien movie from him, and it is wild. Check it out.
World's End. That's not the one where the couple is at the cabin.
No, okay, so it's about like this dude who like peaked in high school. He forces all his old friends to get back together, and they say that they're gonna do like 12 pints on 12 stops on a beer run, like one of those beer runs, and it just so happens that aliens are secretly invading while they're drinking their pints.
Okay, here's one. It's called Save Yourselves. Have you ever seen that?
No.
It's a fun one. You check it out. It's it's worth the watch. It's worth a watch. Called Save Yourselves. It's about a couple that goes to a cabin for a getaway thing, and I'm going to check out World's End if I haven't seen that one. All right, so we are back to this is kind of an alien question, so we'll give it to Ernie. I think it's the last alien one. Okay. Man of Steel or The Fifth Element?
I saw The Fifth Element. I can't say I remember a whole lot about it because I don't remember a lot that weekend. But let's say Man of Steel for now.
All right. Let's see. Christopher, I may have asked you some of these questions, so bear with me. What is your favorite Nicolas Cage movie?
City of Angels.
Oh my goodness, that was so good.
It's so good. It was so unexpected.
Yeah, it was beautiful. And
Family Man soundtrack. Oh,
Family Man. If you haven't seen that, that's like a love letter to Fellini. It's so dope.
I've not seen that. Thank you.
And we'll just do like a handful more, just because I like hanging out with you guys. Ernie, what is the best Jim Carrey movie?
The best Jim Carrey movie was Once Bitten, like from his early career.
I watched it like a few weeks ago.
Oh, for sure. Yeah. It's so fun.
It's pretty good. Let's see. Back to Christopher. I'm trying to think back to which one I've asked you, which is like impossible. I don't know. What is the best Johnny Depp movie?
I really love Edward Scissorhands.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good.
Amanda says Willy's Wonderland for Nicolas Cage. I like that one. That's pretty cool. Okay, Ernie, what is the best Jack Nicholson movie?
The best Jack Nicholson movie is, for me, a tie between Cuckoo's Nest and Batman.
Okay. Those are good ones. We'll do a handful more. Just I don't want to keep you guys all night. Christopher. Who is your favorite cartoon character?
Oh. I guess I haven't thought about that in so long. I almost have to think about it for a second. Probably Scooby-Doo.
All right.
I'd
Ernie.
say Scooby.
That's a good one. Ernie. Steve Martin or Leslie Nielsen?
I got to go with Steve Martin, right? And I'll tell you
They're both good, I think. Yeah, you can't go wrong.
No, they're definitely both good, but like I love Steve Martin for The Jerk and The Three Amigos. And like The Three Amigos, that's like on my constant rewatch list.
The Jerk is a good one too. I like that one too. Let's see, Christopher. I think I've asked you this. I apologize in advance again. What is your favorite comedy movie?
The Money Pit.
Okay,
Money Pit with Tom Hanks.
Okay, Money Pit.
It's
all
so
right.
freaking funny.
Ernie, Rob Schneider or David Spade?
I'm gonna go with David Spade because I actually love them both, but I find myself watching more David Spade's work.
Christopher, what is your favorite movie snack?
Oh, popcorn by far. That would
think
be like
I'm
my last
sure I've
death row
asked
meal. If I were on death row, I'd ask for popcorn as my last meal.
Amanda Carter says Leslie Nielsen absolutely loved Repossessed.
Repossessed is the best.
So a lot of these questions, Christopher's heard like 20 times by now, but I have a few good ones left for Ernie.
Okay.
That I was trying not to ask until now. So Ernie, what is your favorite action film?
My favorite action film is, oh geez Louise, I don't know. Like I don't find myself watching like a ton of action films, right? But like if you're talking about like I love like the Rocky series. Creed was like an awesome like action packed movie. Warrior, like not exactly like action but action adjacent. Like I love that story.
Which one is Warrior? Is that another fight, like a
combat
kind of thing?
It's with I can't think of his name right now for some reason, but he was Bane, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, Tom Hardy.
Yeah, and he's like estranged from like his brother, and like for different reasons, they both have to like go fight in the UFC for money, and it's like so wild of a movie.
Okay. Tom Hardy, Nick Nolte. Very cool. So let's see. I had a couple more quick ones. Are reptilians real?
Oh, is that one for me?
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, like 100%, dude. Turn on the news.
Let's see. There are a couple more kind of like action ones, alien ones, I think, but I lost them. So we'll get a couple more just for fun. Do you believe that there are living dinosaurs in the Congo?
I believe.
All right. And then let's see. Just one more for fun. Okay. Water slides or the wave pool?
I got to go with water slides.
All right, fair enough. So it has been a lot of fun. I kept you guys on for way too long because I like hanging out and asking dumb questions about aliens. Super glad that you were able to come join us tonight. Hopefully we have you on again so we can talk about Gray Men a little bit more and the one about the MK Ultra. That'll be pretty fun. Well, let's just do like an MK Ultra episode where we have, we'll just do like all MK Ultra questions and stuff. That'll be pretty good, I think.
I think
all right,
it's so fun. You guys have been so awesome, and I just want to thank you for having me on.
Yeah, anytime, whenever you want to come back. So thanks so much. Check out Citadel Films. Here, I'll put it up on, one more time for you here. Citadel Lost Films. CitadelLostFilm.com for information about Citadel Lost, opportunities to maybe be in the movie or to reach out if you're a crew member, whatever the case. We're looking forward to seeing it once it's released. We'll help share that on Facebook and such. And we'll have to have you back on after it's released to talk about things that you're not allowed to tell us right now because we don't want to spoil the movie. We're going to have all kinds of questions for you. But thanks so much for hanging out with us. And we'll catch you next time.
Thank you for having me, guys. I'll catch you next time, and I'm looking forward to catching more episodes of your podcast, my friends.
I almost forgot one more thing before you go. People knew that you were going to be on the show, so they've been sending us questions all week, and they're like, once he gets there, you have to ask him. And so now that you're here, we have to gotta know once and for all who is the best Batman.
Keaton with Bale at his heels.
Okay. All right. Thanks for hanging out and putting up with me.
Take care, guys.
All right. See ya. How cool was that? Ernie Rivera from Citadel Lost. It was pretty cool talking to him too. Getting to talk about all the Nickelodeon stuff, the Disney stuff, and some 41 music video and all that. Super excited to see Citadel Lost. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. So yeah, it's just one of those things. I think people don't really know a whole lot about some of the people that come on, and then once they see that they've done all these different things, they're like, "Oh wow, that's pretty cool." So hopefully now more people will go check out CITADELLostFilm.com to get more information about the movie. Once it comes out, we'll have them back on to talk about it. I think that'll be a blast. Before I let everybody go, I have to mention that the brand new Indiegogo campaign for the Flower City Butcher goes live Friday, September 19th. Now, normally when we launch an Indiegogo campaign, we do this really cool thing where we offer associate producer credits for $100 for one day only. But this time we thought, why not go big? So we're doing 50% off every perk for that day. So if you want an executive producer credit or an acting role or whatever it is, you literally get it for half off. Also, early premiere tickets will be available on the 19th. So you can actually get your premiere ticket half off as well. Check it out on Indiegogo, Friday, September 19th. We're looking forward to sharing the screen with all the amazing people involved, including award-winning actor Christian Bester from Law & Order SVU and horror icon Ari Lehman from Friday the 13th, Michaela Lococo, Tempera Levine, Darcy LaFrance, and more. It's been a blast working with them up to this point, and I'm super excited to finish filming. Christopher, anything you wanted to mention before we go? You want to plug social media or any of that stuff?
Yeah, we have our new series from the Haunted Madison Seminary in Madison, Ohio, starting this week, Friday, episode 1. So check out Crooked Path Paranormal on YouTube. It's really a major turning point for our work and for our series. It goes down some really unusual directions with paranormal investigation.
Nice. We got to share some of those links on the Facebook group page too for Viral Venom, just so people click on it and go over there and check it out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Christopher, thank you as always for hanging out with me, and thank you to Ernie Rivera for hanging out, telling us some fun stories tonight. It's been great. I don't have an outro video. That's why this ending is so awkward. I deleted it about a month ago, and I've never re-uploaded it.
You've been a little busy. I mean,
yeah. Zachary Scott from Friday the 13th, Blood Loss. Oh my God. All right. Thank you guys so much. Have a good night. The show is just kind of going to end awkwardly here, but thank you.
Good night.